Hello, Smith family, welcome. My name is Miss Casella. Can everyone introduce themselves?
I'm Alice.
You can call me Mrs. Smith.
And I'm Ross. I just don't get why we're here.
Well, it's nice to meet you all. Well, Ross, we are here to discuss the problem that has been causing tension in your family. We will be using a technique that is called narrative therapy. Narrative therapy is a type of therapy where you externalize the problem from the individuals. Once the problem is identified and externalized, we will work on creating a new story for your family that is separate from the problem. I want you all to know that you have control over what you all want to talk about and where the conversation goes. Does that sound like something you'd be interested in trying?
Yes.
Okay, so I would like to hear from each of you what you think the problem is.
We're here because Ross is ruining her life and her kids' lives by going to prostituting. I don't understand, Ross. You were doing so great. You just got some of your kids back into custody. Why jeopardize that by being a prostitute again?
Seriously, Ross, you just need to get your life together.
Alice, you are no better than me. Don't act like you're perfect, because you're not. You used to do this too, and besides, I'm doing this for my children. I don't necessarily want to, but I need to make money somehow, and this is the fastest and easiest way I know how. I don't like the person I am when I do this, and I don't feel good about it, but it's my only option.
Okay, let's remember this is a safe space and we all need to be respectful. Russ, can you tell me about why it is that you don't like yourself?
I have 4 children, and I'm a single mother. I want to be a good role model for my children, so when I do this, I know it's something I would never want them to do. And so then I just feel guilty, and I don't like the person I am when I'm working. But since I'm the sole provider for my children, I need to make money somehow. But I have no skills, and so this is an easy way to make money, and this is all I've ever known. I want to be able to provide for my children, unlike my father did for us.
That man did nothing but ruin our lives.
It sounds like you care a lot about your children and you value being a good mother and providing for them. Those are all positive qualities. It sounds like you and Alice both have some tension around the topic of your father. Can I ask where your father is now?
We're divorced and he's in prison.
Yes, Mother, he's in prison for sexually abusing us as children.
He wasn't around much to provide for us, and when he was around, he was just destructive.
Don't go blaming your behaviors on your father. You're the one selling your body for money. You're not taking care of your kids. It's no one's fault but your own, Ross. You've been selling yourself for money, and it's not even going towards your children, which is a reason why you claim to be doing this. If you are truly putting this money toward your children, they would be bathed and fed and taken care of. They wouldn't be in and out of foster care because of you and your prostitution. You claim to be doing this for your kids, but it doesn't seem that way to me.
I'm sorry that you all had to go through that. I want to remind you that we are not here to blame each other for what's happening in your family. None of you are the problems. The problem is outside of you and is something you can all work on. So from my understanding, you both think that your experience as children has influenced your decisions as young adults now. Am I correct in saying that?
Yeah, I just feel like prostituting is the easiest way to make money for my children.
Well, we started having sex at a really young age, so when we found out we could make money from it, we said, why not?
Alice, you're talking about the reasons you got into prostituting, but you're no longer doing that. Can I ask why?
Well, after I got arrested, I figured this isn't the life I want anymore. I never want to go back to prison, so when I realized that there's other ways that I can provide for me and my family, so now I'm waitressing instead.
It's great for you, sis, but I'm not going to be at the beck and call of someone else for less than minimum wage. In this job, I have creative control of my life and how much I get paid.
Does creative control matter when you don't have your kids? You're going to lose them if you don't stop this.
Or end up like Dad when he's in jail. Do you really want to be like Dad?
Well, no, but I have no other options.
You're so stupid if you think you have no other options. You're ruining your life and your kids' lives by doing this.
So if I can interject for a moment, a common theme that I am seeing between each of your stories is the prostitution. Is it safe to say that the prostitution is a major problem that we are all facing right now?
Yeah. The problem in this family is my daughter.
I think we need to separate your daughter from the choices she has made. She is not the problem. It's the prostitution that is a problem within your family.
Thank you. I'm doing what I have to do to make ends meet. I didn't get a high school diploma, I have no skills, and this is quick, good money.
Yeah, well, neither did I. I dropped out of school before you, and I have no skills either. At least you can get along with people, and you have great social skills. When you weren't prostituting for that short period of time, and you were a great mother, I know you care about your kids, and I know you don't want to take them away. When you filled in for Gracie at the restaurant that one time, you made great tips and you really were connecting with the customers. I know my boss would hire you in a heartbeat.
Now let me ask you this, Alice. After you left the life of prostitution and started at the restaurant, name one thing that is better since then.
I made good, honest, clean money, and I'm proud of myself for that. I can sleep soundly at night knowing that I finally am working hard at a safe and legal job.
Okay, I think that's great. Ross, does this sound like something you would like to do for yourself?
I mean, of course I would like to make money legally and not have the threat of my kids being taken away weighing on me every second, but I hate being told what to do, and working for myself is the only way to avoid that.
Now that's just being selfish. You're not a kid anymore. You have children to think about. Welcome to the real world. You can't do things that you like.
Again, I'm seeing that prostitution is a major problem in your family. We need to recognize that Ross is not the problem and the behavior of prostitution is the problem. What I'm hearing from you is that, Ross, you are feeling nervous about your kid's future if you continue engaging in this behavior. However, you are nervous about trying to find a new job. Alice and Mrs. Smith, you are both concerned with Ross's behavior and believe that she has the ability to be a successful waitress. Is that right?
Yeah, that's right.
So we've identified the problem is the prostitution, not Ross. We've explored the possibility of Ross working at the restaurant with you, Alice. So next week we will work on reauthorizing your stories.
What does that mean?
I want you all to go home and think of a time when prostitution wasn't a problem in your family. Ross, I would specifically like you to go home and think about other positive qualities that you have. Alice mentioned that you subbed at a restaurant, and I want you to think about what that was like for you. Did you enjoy it? What other feelings came up for you? And have you experienced anything else before you started prostituting that you enjoyed?
Oh, I've been prostituting for years.
I know that, but maybe you've had a hobby or something that you enjoy doing. Sometimes our interest can be turned into a profession. You don't have the answer now. In fact, I would prefer if you think about it more on your own and report back in our next session. How does that sound?
Okay, I don't know if I have anything, but I guess I can try.
And that's all I'm asking you to do. Thank you for coming in today, and I will see you all next week at the same time.
Thanks.
Thanks.